Good morning. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on my part series of professional sports teams that didn't win the championship during that season. Today I'll be talking about the 2009, the LA Dodgers, Los Angeles Dodgers, 2009. Now this is a team that had the National League's best record at 95-67. They had the #1 seed. They were managed by Joe Torre, who had a lot of success with the Yankees. So let's get into it. Got this team. Now this team would lose to the eventual World Series champions Philadelphia Phillies at the time. And they were the #2 seed. Alright, so let's get into it. First I'm gonna get into like the players that stood out from this team. That's very important to do that. Let's look into it. Alright. Now they did reach the National League Championships for the second straight season, only to once more fall short in 5 games against the Philadelphia Phillies. So the overday starters were Rafael Furcal, Orlando Hudson, Manny Ramirez, Andre Ethier, Russell Martin, James Loney, Matt Kemp, Casey Blake, Hiroki Kuroda. So got the stats. Andre Ethier had 42 doubles, played 160 games, had 106 RBIs, had 31 home runs. Matt Kemp had 180 hits, 101 RBIs, 26 home runs. Manny Ramirez had 19 home runs, 63 RBIs. Batting average. What is batting average? .290. All right, let's get into this postseason baseball. Obviously, the Dodgers beat the St. Louis Cardinals, swept the Cardinals in 3 games. So let's get into the championship series. See what went wrong with the Dodgers. Why did they lose to the eventual champion of the World Series, the Philadelphia Phillies? What went wrong? Now the Phillies had a 93-69 record, but again the Dodgers had the best record in the National League. So let's look into it. Oh, sorry. Let me apologize. The Phillies did not win the championship in 2009. The Yankees did. What happened was the Phillies won the title a year earlier in 2008. They won the championship. So I apologize. They were going back for a possible back-to-back championships. So let's clarify the situation. Philadelphia won the championship in 2008. They won the championship in 2008, Philadelphia. The following year, they went to the championship series and beat the Dodgers, who I'm going to be talking about today. In 2009, LA Dodgers, they beat them to go to the World Series for the second consecutive year and lost to the Yankees in 6 games. So I wanted to clarify that. They went to the second consecutive World Series, but they lost in 2009. 2008, they won it. They won the championship. Okay, now this was the second consecutive NLCS between the Dodgers and the Phillies in the 5th overall. The first 2 meetings were won by the Dodgers in 1977, 1978, and third by the Phillies in 1983. None of the 3 resulted in a World Series championship by either team. Now the Philadelphia Phillies defeated the Dodgers in 5 games in 2008 en route to their 2008 World Series championship. So this matchup was frequently the most frequent in the history of the NLCS, which tied with the Pirates versus the Reds as of 2009. So the Phillies, despite winning their second consecutive championship series, they will end up losing to the Yankees in 6 games. So let's look into it. This is a 5-game series. We're gonna start with Game 1, played at Dodger Stadium, and Philadelphia won 8-6. Cole Hamels pitched, Clayton Kershaw pitched, and James Loney gave the Dodgers an early lead with a solo home run in the second inning. Starter of the Dodgers, Clayton Kershaw, was solid through the first 4 innings, but the Phillies got to him in the 5th inning, scoring 5 runs on 3 hits on a Carlos Ruiz 3-run home run. Later, a 2 RBI double by Ryan Howard. Dodgers made up most of the deficit in the bottom half of the 5th when Andre Ethier reached base on Chase Utley throwing an error that scored Russell Martin, immediately followed by Manny Ramirez 2-run home run, with the Phillies ahead by 1 run in the 8th inning. The top of the 8th, outfielder of Philadelphia, Raul Banez, padded his team's lead with a 3-run homer off of George Sherrill, his former teammate in Seattle, after 2 leadoff walks. So the Dodgers scored 2 runs in the bottom half of the 8th on Martin's RBI single and Rafael Furcal sacrifice fly. But Ryan Madson shut down the 8th inning rally, and Brad Lidge, despite allowing a hit and a walk, pitched the scoreless ninth to earn the save. Game 2 was obviously a must-have for the Dodgers. They had to win. They had to win to end even the series up at 1-1, and they was able to do that. Pitching duel, in a sense. Vicente Padilla versus Pedro Martinez. Dodgers won 2-1. They were trailing 1-0, but they was able to get 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th, and they were able to win 2-1. Okay, so Martinez pitched 7 innings of scoreless ball. Padilla nearly matched him with a 7 1/3 of 1-run ball. The only run came on a Ryan Howard solo home run in the 4th inning. That RBI gave Howard 6 for the postseason, which tied the record for a span of 6 postseason games. However, in the 8th, the Phillies bullpen ran into trouble when Casey Blake singled to start the inning. Ronnie Belliard bunted for a hit. On 3-2 pitch, Russell Martin grounded into a tailor-made double play to Pedro Feliz, but Chase Utley threw the ball away, which allowed the Dodgers' first run of the game. It was Utley's second error in 2 games. He had just 3 in 156 games during the 2009 regular season. Scott Irie relieved Chan Ho Park and allowed a single to Jim Thome. Ryan Madson then walked Rafael Furcal to load the bases, struck out Matt Kemp, but Andre Ethier drew a walk-off of J.A. Happ, which scored the go-ahead run to win the game for the Dodgers. 5 relievers were used in the bottom of the 8th. Jonathan Broxton closed out the game, and the Dodgers earned the 1-1 series tie. Now the series went back to Philadelphia for Game 3, and this was just a dominant performance by Philadelphia. Cliff Lee was the pitcher for the Phillies. Kuroda was the pitcher for the Dodgers, and Philadelphia Phillies pitched a shutout. They won 11-0. 11 runs on 11 hits. 3 hits was only what could be mustered from the LA Dodgers offense. And the Philadelphia Phillies got to a great start. The first 2 innings, they scored 6 runs. They scored 4 in the first inning, then 2 in the second inning. So they was up 6-0. Then they was up 8-0 in the 5th inning, and then they scored 3 more runs to make it 11-0. So it was just a dominant performance. Philadelphia jumped out early against Kuroda in the first inning from a 2-run triple by Ryan Howard. Then Jason Worth hit a 2-run shot into the hedges behind the center field fence. Carlos Ruiz hit a leadoff double, scored on Jimmy Rollins' 1-out double to knock Kuroda out of the game. Scott Albert in relief walked to load the bases before Howard's ground out made it 6-0 Phillies. They added 2 more runs in the 5th off of Chad Bisley when Raul Banez walked with 2 outs and scored on a triple by Pedro Feliz, who then scored on a Carlos Ruiz single. 3 more were added in the 8th thanks to a 3-run homer by Shane Victorino on Fernando Belisario. Pitcher Cliff Lee held the Dodgers to 3 hits, had 10 strikeouts and 8 innings of work. With a large lead in hand, Cliff Lee batted in the bottom of the 8th, stroking a single, scoring on a Shane Victorino home run, but he did not start the 9th inning. Chad Durman retired the Dodgers in order, and the Phillies had a 2-1 lead. So now, in a sense, the Dodgers had to win Game 4. It's very pivotal because they couldn't afford to go down 3-1. But unfortunately, they did. They lost 5-4. Brad Lidge pitched. He got the winning. Well, he's a relief pitcher, so he wasn't the starter. So, I'm trying to figure out who started this game. Don't forget. Let's leave it alone. All right. The Phillies once again jumped out to an early lead in the first inning. Ryan Howard hit a 2-run home run off starter Randy Wolf. He started for the Dodgers. So as a result, Ryan Howard at the time tied Lou Gehrig's record of most consecutive postseason games with an RBI, which is 8 RBIs in a row. 8 RBIs in consecutive games. 8 consecutive games with an RBI driven in. So the Dodgers tied the game in the top of the 4th inning when Phillies starter Joe Blanton, who started for the Phillies, allowed RBI singles to James Loney and Russell Martin. The Dodgers took the lead in the 5th inning on a Matt Kemp solo home run. Tacked on another run in the 6th on an RBI hit by Casey Blake to make it 4-2. Chase Utley answered in the bottom of the 6th with an RBI single of his own, cutting the Dodger lead to 4-3, which is where it will stand until the 9th inning. Jonathan Broxton, trying to work a 4-out save for the Dodgers, retired Robin Bynes to start the 9th inning. He then walked Matt Steers, hit Carlos Ruiz after Greg Dobbs lined out to third base. Jimmy Rollins stepped to the plate with runners on first and second base with 2 outs in a 1-1 count. Rollins hit a drive into the right center field gap, easily scoring pinch runner Eric Bruntlett and Ruiz, giving the Phillies a 5-4 walk-off win. It was later reported that Manny Ramirez hit the showers before the game was over. So now, Philly is up 3-1. All they gotta do is win one more game, and Philly, they win the pennant and they go to the World Series. And actually, they did that in dramatic, dominating fashion. They won 10-4. They got down 1-0 when the Dodgers went up 1-0 in the first inning after Cole Hamels gave up a solo home run to Andre Ethier. But the Phillies came right back in the bottom of the first. Jason Worth deposited a 3-run home run. He hit a 3-run home run into the right field seats off of Vincente Padilla. Then the second inning, James Loney leadoff home run made it 3-2 Phillies. But in the bottom half, Pedro Felice's leadoff home run gave the Phillies that run back. So in the 4th, Jason Worth hit a leadoff single, scored on Raul Ibanez double, knocking Padilla out of the game. A walk-in hit by pitch from Ramon Troncoso lowered the base, so George Sherrill hit Shane Victorino with a pitch to force in another run. Orlando Hudson's home run in the 5th made it 6-3 Phillies. Rafael Furcad's double knocked Hamels out of the game. In the 6th, Victorino's home run after a hit by pitch off of Clayton Kershaw made it 8-3 Phillies. Jason Worth's home run next inning off of Hung Chikuo made it 9-3 Phillies. So in the 8th, Chan Ho Park allowed 2 leadoff singles, then Ryan Madsen's walked Manny Ramirez to load the bases with no outs before Matt Kemp's RBI single made it 9-4 Phillies. Madsen, though, retired the next 3 batters to end the inning, and the Phillies got that run back in the bottom half when Chase Utley scored on a wild pitch from Ronald Belisario. Brad Lidge retired the Dodgers in order in the 9th to seal the Phillies' 10-4 win as they advanced to the World Series. So this just was a bad series for the Dodgers, man. They had a lot of high expectations. Obviously, going into the playoffs, and they had the National League's best record, but they didn't hold it down. They lost to the eventual champion of the National League, and the Philadelphia Phillies, who were going to lose to the Yankees in the World Series in 6. So that concludes a look at the 2009 LA Dodgers, a team that definitely had a chance to win a championship but didn't. So I broke down why they didn't win it. Obviously lost in 5 games to the Philadelphia Phillies, who will go on to lose to the Yankees in 6 games in the 2009 World Series. So that concludes a look at that, and also includes a look at the teams from the 2000s decade. So I went through the 80s, the late 80s, and I went through the 90s, all the 90s, and I went through the 2000s. Now, starting tomorrow, I'll be getting into more of the 2010s decade, because there's definitely some teams that definitely should have won the championship but didn't. So I do my research on that, teams that I saw, look back, take a trip down that path, and give you teams from the 2010s that did not win a championship, and they should have won it during that season but didn't. So that concludes this video. This is part 46. Part 46. And if you like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you can to support the channel. This is Rashad Mitchell. Until then, talk to you tomorrow.